This activity is called Sensory Stories and it will count towards your Dark Pink Express Myself theme award. You will need a selection of objects made from different materials. You'll need at least 5 and it would be really good if some of them had interesting textures, smells or made a sound. You can use anything that's clean and safe for you to touch. You might also want a pen or pencil and some paper if you like to write things down. At the end of the activity, you will also need another person. This might be an adult or child who you live with. Now pause the video and go and find at least 5 objects. Remember to check with a grown-up first. Have a look at your objects. Don't focus on what they look like, but instead think about all the different noises you could make with each item. Next, close your eyes and feel the textures of your objects. What do they feel like? Do any of your items have an interesting smell? Now pick 3 objects from those you've just been touching, smelling and listening to. At least one of your 3 needs to make a noise, smell or feel interesting. You're going to use your items to help you make up and tell a very short story. At the end of the activity, the person you tell your story to will have their eyes closed. As well as using your voice to tell your story, you'll use your items to bring the story to life. Have a think about how you're going to use your items to tell the story. Where does the story take place? Who are the characters? What can the characters feel, hear, and smell? Think about ways to use your objects to create those textures, smells, and sounds. If one of your objects is paper, you could crunch it up to make the sound of waves crashing on a beach. If there's an apple, the smell might make the audience think they're in an orchard. You now have time to plan and practice telling your story. It doesn't need to be long, less than 1 minute will be good. Make sure that you have got a beginning, middle, and end, and that you are using at least 3 of the objects. Remember, your audience will have their eyes closed. After you've finished telling your story, ask a grown-up to tell your brownie leader that you've done this activity. Your grown-up might send a picture of your objects, a video of you telling your story, or a couple of sentences explaining your story to your brownie leader. Now pick 3 objects and get creative. When you're ready, find someone to be your audience and tell them your story.